Hey guys, just a quick announcement to say before we start the podcast. With Hurricane Milton coming into Florida, with Draz living there, depending on what happens, we might not be able to have an episode next week. We hope he'll be completely fine. We hope he'll be able to be with the podcast, but because of Milton, we might not have an episode next week. That being said, on this episode, I will be linking a charity for Hurricane Milton disaster relief in the description of the channel. You can go there, you can donate however much you want. Not much to say. There will also be a charity for Hurricane Helene relief effort. Lots of people have been impacted by that, and a lot of people are going to be impacted by this coming hurricane. So after this podcast, if you want to donate, that's brilliant. They'll be in the description, so you guys can do whatever you want. But that being said, please enjoy episode 11 of Battle for the Bay. Y'all stay safe.
We good. I'm ready.
Give me a second. I'm finishing a sandwich. I haven't eaten all day.
Well, officially, the only thing I've eaten today are 3 pills. But I didn't wake up more than a couple hours ago.
Thanks for letting me use. Thanks for saying that so I had intro stuff to work with.
Green 18, Green 99.
Fournette, the running back. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Brady to throw. Throws a deep pass downfield. Got Scotty Miller in the open. Face the catch. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Rodgers fires quickly, end zone is caught for the touchdown by Alan Lazard.
Just drive began back at the 21. Dropping, 3-step drop. Goes on the end zone. Caught ball. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans reaches up with one hand.
He spins to his left. Comes underneath, and the pass is incomplete, out of bounds. Now they say complete. 3rd and 1. Rodgers play action. Looks to the end zone. Rainbow Jordy Nelson. He's got it.
To the 11-yard line. There's the snap. Mahomes running to his right. Look out. He may run. Mahomes directly. No, toward the end zone. Battle intercepted. Picked off in the end zone. Bucks are going to beat the Chiefs.
Enough about our.
Well, anyway.
Enough about our bullshit with our past lives as
Enough
terrible
about us being
football
losers.
players. What's up, guys? I am back, and I am back with Draz for, who can believe it, episode 11 of the Battle for the Bay podcast. And celebrate.
Yay. We made it past 10.
We somehow made it past 10. But
I was worried about SDS when this weekend. I was like, I don't know if we're getting to episode 11. This record.
Yeah, no,
is.
I was probably on the same mindset of shooting myself as you were last week.
Yeah.
The only difference is that I was not on pain medication. I was just here in the moment, I want to shoot myself.
the greatest thing was being in the call with you during the Falcons Buccaneers game.
Don't remind me. I had to pay my roommate $10 fucking bucks, and I told him over Cash App to not talk to me for the week. But that being said, this week I went fucking 5-9. I had a horrible week. Draz, on the other hand, this motherfucker got a game on me by only going 7-7. So he's up a game.
Yay.
Like, our season totals now. I'm 35-27. Draz is 36-26. He gained exactly 1 game on me.
Fuck yeah, baby.
After having back-to-back weeks where he completely sucked. I have 1 week where I completely suck and I fucking bite it.
In my defense, fuck the Cardinals.
No.
Goddamn Cardinals.
No, it's the Bucks you're gonna fuck, okay? The Bucks are your bane.
I picked the Cardinals 2 weeks in a row. these last 2 weeks where I've had bad
they
records.
freaking betrayed
Don't
you.
pick them and they win. I don't pick them and they beat the 49ers. I've never felt more justified about believing in them, but also angry that by the time I finally give up on them, they finally show up.
Yeah, again, the Cardinals have been like that. The Buccaneers have been like that. Both teams have been like that for you, and I can't figure out how. Well, again, it could be a curse.
The only difference is I rolled with the Buccaneers with the Lions, and they came through.
When you roll with them, they lose. When you roll against them, they win. So that means pick against them, and we go undefeated for the rest of the year.
Maybe I should pick them every week.
I will stab you. But anyways, we're going to get right into our pick-ems, right down to business. All right, Thursday Night Football. We have the 49ers.
You got 49ers and Seahawks.
Okay.
This is a very interesting game because of the way the last games for these two went.
Here's the problem, though. Here's the problem I had. San Fran would have won if Jake Moody didn't get hurt trying to make a tackle. They were forced to go for it, even though they were in field goal range, because Jake Moody got hurt. They would have won that game.
Yeah, they would have won the game.
Granted, they still looked kind of meh against the Cardinals for whatever reason.
But Brandon Ayuk finally showed up, too.
Yeah, he finally shows up, but they lose.
But then the Seahawks legitimately lost to the Giants this week after going 3-0.
That's the thing.
And hanging with the Lions, they legitimately lose to the Giants. I used to be full faith in Seahawks, now a little bit shaken. Faith a little bit shaken.
Like, who do you believe in less, the Seahawks or the 49ers?
I think it's got to be the Seahawks, which means I picked the 49ers this week by default, simply because I respect the Seahawks less.
All right, well, I'm going to agree. It's not because I don't respect the Seahawks. It's because the Seahawks have looked more shaky.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, and that's all I got to say. Like, I don't have to talk about this anymore. If the Seahawks prove me wrong, they prove me wrong. So be it. But
all right, well, next fucking pick is a
this is
Europe
a shit
game,
pick.
a Britain game.
This is a shit pick. This is Jags at Chicago. Jags at the Bears. Okay.
No, it's Jags Bears in
Well, I know. I'm just saying it's Jags at the Bears on paper. On the paper, it's Jags at Bears, even though they're playing overseas. At what I might add is the Jaguars' second home stadium.
So
the Jaguars
got to win.
The Jags never lose against the Colts in Jacksonville. We learned that last week. It's happened for 10 straight years now. Also, they never lose in never lose in England. I'm taking them. I hate Caleb Williams. Yeah, he had a coming out game, but whatever. He was playing the Carolina Panthers.
Well, I will say for Bears fans,
Carolina Panthers.
everybody in the NFC North has a winning record.
You sent me that a couple days ago. That's a fucking it's just like how everybody predicted. Bleh.
But I will say this for the Bears, because I'm gonna choose the Jaguars as well. I will say this about the Bears. Caleb Williams torched the measly Panthers defense, but if he was a full-on bust, he wouldn't have been able to do that.
It was still the Carolina Panthers. It was still the Panthers.
Your takeaway is he's at least gonna be the best quarterback the Bears have had, but is he going to be a great quarterback? I don't know.
Until he surpasses Jay Cutler, that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
Jay Cutler is sadly the QB standard in Chicago.
Yeah, I think that he's proven that he can definitely his floor is Jay Cutler.
No, his ceiling is Jay Cutler. His floor is Bryce Young.
Okay, he's already looked better than Bryce Young has.
Well, Bryce Young looked good for one game, too.
He looked good. Caleb Williams looked good last week, too.
Anyways, I'm still taking the Jags here. Fuck them.
Oh, yeah. Not taking the Bears. Bears don't travel well.
They don't.
I don't Jaguars. I don't know about Jaguars, but I
Again, the
which
Jaguars always
animal.
win in England seemingly, so I'm just taking them based off that. All right, Tampa Bay at New Orleans. Fuck the Saints. Fuck Derek Carr. Fuck whatever Ohio State fetish thing is going on with that team. Half of their roster is Ohio State alumni, and I cannot understand why.
Well, this is the game I'll be getting on the 1 o'clock.
Yeah, 1 p.m. slate.
Yeah, 1 p.m. slate here in Florida. If I have power. Let's see.
Also, Derek Carr did get hurt last game against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Meaning we could see the debut of Spencer Rattler, and if that's the case, I hope we beat the shit out of him. I cannot stand Spencer Rattler. He's a Class A douchebag.
It's really hard to pick this one because it's another one of those, who do I have less faith in right now?
Well, I mean, you did say you were going to pick the Saints before I talked you out of it. Oh, last week.
That was last week.
So you had a little bit of faith in the Saints, but I think that's gone now.
Though there were some things ways that they could have gotten back into that game. It was 13-26. It was a 2-score game, but not some crazy
there weren't a whole lot of shenanigans.
Yeah.
It was like you had a pick 6, and that was like the most excitement you had.
Yeah, it really wasn't.
Like this Chiefs team, despite being 5-0, looks terrible. Like in comparison, last year they started out shaky. This year, it looks like a shell of their former offense, and yet they're still bullshitting the wins. Anyways, they're not the point here. The point is New Orleans. I'm taking the Bucs. I still think, despite what happened last week, we are the better team. Yeah, Kirk Cousins threw 500 yards. Kirk Cousins threw 500 yards at us, but that's going to happen whenever you were limited to a third string and practice squad DBs. We need Antoine Winfield back, and I think we do get him back this week. I think.
His status, and that's what I was looking at just a second ago. His status is questionable still.
It's better than what it was the last few weeks.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping for Antoine Winfield to come back. We need him back badly.
If I choose the Buccaneers, the Saints are going to win. If the Saints is going to win, I choose. If the Saints win, I'm choosing the Buccaneers. But if I choose the Saints, Buccaneers are going to win.
Choose the Saints. Make my life a little bit easier.
You see, I just can't choose them because.
Well, you got to choose one of them.
If we knew later, I'm gonna choose the Buccaneers simply because Baker's healthy, and I don't know if Carr's gonna be healthy. He's getting an MRI on his oblique.
If we lose, I'm gonna hope that Hurricane finishes you.
They're going to lose because as soon as I said that I'm gonna pick it because Derek Carr's injury status, he's gonna go to the seances and stuff and get himself healed, and then he's going to go and throw for 400 passing yards, 4 touchdowns.
Well, I mean, he lives in Louisiana. Voodoo's prevalent. Maybe he'll do something.
Maybe he's going to drink a Mountain Dew Voodoo.
Is that a thing?
Yes, Voodoo. You've never heard of Voodoo?
Mountain Dew Voodoo? Hold on.
Why do we even have a podcast? What's the point? What's the point, SDS, if you don't know what Mountain Dew Voodoo is, huh? What's the point? What's the point, man?
What is?
I just blew his mind. I just blew his mind.
What the Christ is this?
It's a mystery Halloween flavor.
Huh. You learn something new every
I
day.
just blew SDS's mind.
You did. I'd never heard of that till now. All right. Washington at Baltimore.
Commanders, Ravens.
All right.
In my good conscience, cannot pick against the Ravens after what they did. They came in so clutch for me.
No,
they came in so clutch for me.
I can't deny what Jaden Daniels has been doing.
Oh no, I'm picking up what he's throwing down, sister.
Jaden Daniels has been insane.
He's been awesome.
He's proving me right about the 2021 quarterback class, the 2024 quarterback class so far. He's proven me right when I said that he was going to be the best of the bunch and the next best thing to happen.
Okay, but let's look at the Commanders' schedule right quick, right?
Go ahead.
They're 4-1, which
they're 4-1.
They deserve the 4-1.
They're 4-1, right? And they only lost against the Bucs.
They lost against the Bucs. They beat the Patriots, the Giants, the Bengals, the Cardinals, and then
the Bengals and the Cardinals.
Not the Patriots. The Patriots preseason. They lost to the Buccaneers at the beginning. Mm-hmm. The Giants, the Bengals, the Cardinals, and the Browns. The Ravens is the best team that they've gone against. I know they beat the Bengals, but the Bengals were in their first 4 weeks. That's pretty standard.
They went 1-3 or 0-4?
Bengals went 0-3. So they ended up going 1-3. Now they're 1-4.
Okay.
Bengals are a legitimately bad football team with a very good quarterback. The Ravens are legitimate all the way through. Their defense kind of struggled, but at the same time,
not Zach Ertz.
The Bengals have a really good passing defense. Their offense.
What's the running back's name? Austin Eckler.
Derrick Henry?
Austin Eckler.
Oh.
Austin Eckler looks like he's coming back to form, and Scary Terry is still doing Scary Terry things.
Dude, it's going to be hard for me to pick against them simply. Like, I have Scary Terry on, 3 of my 5 fantasy teams. Nobody believes in Scary Terry more than me.
He's Mike Evans, but he still hasn't gotten recognition.
Exactly. Without a good quarterback, this is the first legitimately great quarterback he's had. Mm-hmm. And it took him a few weeks to get the
blood flowing.
Yeah. But can you trust their defense to stop Lamar Jackson, who looks like he's better than he's ever been, and Derrick Henry, which is probably the reason why he's better than he's ever been, because he's making Swiss cheese out of them, and then running RPOs with Derrick fucking Henry.
I will trust him against this. I'm taking Commanders. I believe in them fully.
I believe in them fully as well.
This is my confidence pick. This is my confidence pick. They're going to win this. No argument you make is going to change my mind.
So I would rather them win this because the Commanders are a great story, and I want them to win the division and fuck the Cowboys. But you're that confident about the Commanders, and I'm confident in them. But all of your confidence I have, and more, in Mr. King Henry. Long live the King.
Again, it's not King Henry. It's not King Henry I have a problem with. It's not King Henry I have a problem with. I love him. He's fantastic. It's the fact that their defense folds like a house of cards, more than I like to admit. And Lamar Jackson can have a fantastic game one game and then have a complete stinker in a couple more.
Yeah. The Ravens have won 3 straight, but they've shown that they have weaknesses. The Commanders, their weaknesses have yet.
Their weakness is that they got a mid defense and they're still relatively young.
Yeah, but the thing is they need to. If they beat the Ravens, then I'll act like they're not just a playoff contender. They're like a divisional round contender.
Understood.
But if they lose to them, I'm gonna have a little bit more questions like
Well, I
where
mean, if
do
they
they
lose to the
stack up?
Ravens, that's still going to be hope abound for them. This is the best they've looked in years.
How they lose to the Ravens though is gonna be very telling.
Well, we know it's not going to be
If
on
they
a
get-
Justin Tucker 50-yard field goal. He can't hit those anymore.
He hit one this week to send them to overtime.
Surprising.
It was like a 54-yard field goal. He's finally getting it together. All right, Cardinals Packers.
This is your.
This is a nightmare. This is tearing my eyes out.
Yeah, this is you either going against fan base opinion or fanboyism, or you going with something that you stated multiple times that you believe in.
Yeah, I'm fucked either way because I pick against the Packers a lot. I did choose them against the Titans, but I chose against them on the Eagles.
I'll say you have,
and I chose against them on the Vikings.
You have picked against them ever since the Vikings game.
The problem is I have fucking believed in the Cardinals, and the second I choose the Packers, it's gonna be a trap. It's gonna be a trap game, and the Cardinals are gonna steal one.
Well, I can tell you right now, I'm taking Green Bay. Just like
what's our cornerback? What's our cornerback situation looking like?
You still got Xavier McKinney in there. You're fine.
You say that, yet a competent player. We can't handle scrambling quarterbacks either.
He had 5 games straight with an interception. I think you guys will be okay against Kyler Murray.
Devontae Wyatt, Christian Watson. Okay, so Jair Alexander is questionable, but everyone else is back in the fold.
Again, Xavier McKinney has had, 5 straight games with an interception now? You got to take that. Take that with what you will. It's been winning games
and he had a fumble recovery last week.
But yeah, I'm going with the defense. I'm not the defense. I'm going with the Packers.
Yeah,
so
I'll roll with my Packers.
So far, we only have one split.
Yeah, so if
this
we
might change though.
Lose a lot.
We got Indianapolis at Tennessee.
I gotta choose the Colts, and I'm not gonna really talk too much about it.
I gotta go with it. Like Joe
Especially
Flacco,
if Flacco's starting.
Joe Flacco, if he's starting, this is an obvious win.
Even if Richardson's starting, though, like it's still kind of I believe Anthony Richardson is still better than Will Levis.
Agreed.
Memes be damned, though. I want a meme.
We need 5 straight
I would take
weeks.
a loss on this.
We need 5 straight weeks of a Will Levis picture.
Exactly. I would take a loss. I'd happily take a loss if it was a meme. If there was a meme involved.
All right, Houston at New England.
Well,
I got no
Houston.
faith. I gotta take Houston here. I hate C.J. Stroud, but at the same time, New England just lost to a team that has no offense.
And they're bringing in a quarterback. Okay.
And they're they're bringing
30-second rant. 30-second rant.
Go.
Hold breath. Why the fuck are you bringing in a quarterback when it's not a quarterback problem? There are no wide receivers on the field, and the offensive line is putrid. Do not bench Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett has nothing to do with the team's failure. You're just benching him because you want to kill your rookie quarterback. Apparently, he gambled on too many games, or he took a shit in public lobby of the Patriots Stadium, and they want to kill Drake May. Some reason they want to kill him because, for whatever reason, they think that it's a quarterback problem. And God, my God in heaven, it is not. It is not a quarterback issue. Jacoby Brissett is not the problem. The offensive line is, you stupid idiots. All right, rant done. I did that in all one breath.
It'll be the funniest shit if New England ends up beating New England, or if New England ends up beating Houston. I can't speak today.
SDS, New England's been beating New England for years now. Okay.
But it'll be the funniest shit if they could do it, but I don't see it happening. I don't like Drake May. He's Zach Wilson 2.0 in my mind, and until he proves me otherwise, that's what he's going to be.
Well, he's absolutely Zach Wilson. He's on a team that doesn't know how to develop quarterbacks. Got lucky with Tom Brady, but the coaching that quote unquote would have developed Tom Brady, which I don't think they did, is long since gone. And they ruined Mac Jones' career, and then they're like, you know what we should do? Ruin another quarterback's career. If Drake May had gone to the 49ers, Drake May would have had a chance to work out. If he had gone to the Packers, he would have had a chance to work out. If he had gone to even the Seahawks, he would have had a chance to work out. There are teams that just know how to develop quarterbacks better than others, and the Patriots got lucky with Tom Brady. And ever since, they have shown how putrid they are at surrounding their quarterback with talent. And yeah, Drake May has no chance to succeed. Neither did Zach Wilson the last couple of years. So we're looking at what Aaron Rodgers is going through, and we're like, oh, well, well, I wonder why Zach Wilson stinks. Drake May's going to stink, and then they're going to blame him and kick him off the team when he has no number one wideout and no offensive line.
So I'm assuming.
Anyway,
I'm assuming this is a Texans pick.
Yes, this is a Texans pick.
All right, Cleveland at Philly. Philly had a bye week. They looked terrible against Tampa Bay the last time they played.
But terrible's still good enough to beat the Browns, baby. We're rolling with the Eagles. I'm rolling with the Eagles. Absolute putricity.
I don't want to, but you're completely correct. I don't want to do this, but
Cleveland's 1-4, lost to the Giants and the Raiders, and then lost 34-13 to the Browns. And they had to call a timeout on 4th and 6 or something because they couldn't get their shit together.
All right. Chargers at Broncos. I'm going with the Chargers here. Fuck you, Sean Payton.
Oh boy, this one's actually sneakily. It's kind of a sneaky decision right now, but I think the Chargers' offensive line is going to run the ball into oblivion. Let's just make sure.
About to say you can't have a pass rush if they never pass.
Okay, so their offensive linemen are still questionable. Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater, they're both questionable. But their estimated return date is this week. So I'm going to assume they're healthy. And at least one of them starts, and that'll be enough. I'm going to choose the Chargers. Denver's the most fraudulent 3-2 team, I think.
They beat us because it was a trap game for us.
Yeah, I'm convinced that you guys did no preparation for that game. The Jets are just, I don't know what's wrong with that. It's the Jets. It's the Jets. And then this week, who did they play this week?
The Jets?
No, the Broncos.
They're playing LA.
The Raiders. They played the Raiders. Okay.
Oh, last week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at the last 3 wins because they've won their last 3 games, or didn't they? Or
they did.
Yeah, it was the Jets who are having offense issues. They beat the Raiders, who are fucking a disappointment, dude. Biggest disappointment. And then they beat the Buccaneers in has to be a trap game that they didn't prepare for. So I have to choose against them and go with the Chargers. If they win again, though, I might have to start taking them seriously, unfortunately. But yeah, that's all I got to say about it.
I'm still not going to take them seriously.
All right, Steelers, Raiders. I'm not going to choose the Raiders again. I'm serious.
I am. I'm taking the Raiders this week. I don't know
They're
why.
doing a quarterback swap,
I don't
think.
know why, but I feel like this is going to be a Raiders win for like whatever reason. You got two mid quarterbacks. You got two fantastic pass rushers, but mid secondaries for both of them. These are the exact same team. These are the exact same teams on pretty much all sides of the ball.
Except one of them has Minka Fitzpatrick and a good defensive coordinator. And Justin Fields was decent against the Cowboys, too.
Okay, it's still Justin Fields and Arthur Smith.
I mean, there's a lot there's a lot of question marks on the Steelers side of the ball. But I have chosen the Raiders, 3 times, and I've lost all 3 of those games with the Raiders.
Yeah, so stop picking them and prove me right that you're a curse.
Yeah, I'll choose the Steelers. If the Raiders win, then we'll know I'm cursed. I chose the Pack. Okay. Anybody who's watching this, even me in the future when I'm watching this, I chose the Packers and I chose the Steelers. If the Raiders and the Cardinals win, I could not. And I also chose this. Did I choose the Saints or the Bucks? No, I chose the Bucks. Okay.
Yeah, you chose the Bucks. To my great chagrin.
So if the Bucks lose, the Packers lose, and the Raiders win, you'll know that we're there's undeniable proof that I am cursed. Undeniable proof.
Yeah, basically,
undeniable proof.
I want you to split with every single one of my games.
It would mean I'm cursed in the worst way possible. All right, well, I chose Steelers, you chose Raiders. Falcons, Panthers, we're not splitting on this one, unfortunately.
What do you mean we're not splitting on this?
You're not going to choose the Panthers for anything, are you?
Fuck Kirk Cousins. That's all I got to say.
Don't let your anger cloud your judgment, friend.
I'm letting anger cloud my judgment.
Do not let it.
I'm letting it. I'm taking the Panthers.
Good God. They were fucking horrible last week.
Falcons.
They are the least fraudulent 1-4 team. They are living up to expectations.
Yes,
in every
week
sense
they
of the word.
surpass expectations and win.
So you're telling me the team that gave up 300 yards to Caleb Williams is not going to have issues against a team that just threw for 500 passing yards?
Yes.
Friend, the Buccaneers secondary, while injured, is what the starting secondary looks like for the Carolina Panthers.
And
that is what you're looking at. You're asking Andy Dalton to go in and beat Big Kirko
and he will.
in the Falcons. Okay, Cracker.
What?
Okay, Cracker.
Why did you say that so nonchalantly?
What? I'm white. I can say it.
Okay, Cracker.
I gotta choose the Falcons. I'm swagging. I'm surfing. I'm swagging.
I want to punch Kirk Cousins in his shit-eating mouth.
Sorry, Big Kirk woke up tripping like this.
I'm going to take that diamond chain he was forced to wear on that Minneapolis flight and choke him with it. All
You're
right.
just a hater, man. You're just a hater.
All right, Detroit, Dallas.
Lions, Cowboys.
Detroit has been losing to the Cowboys a lot.
How
Last
about
year they
them
got
Cowboys?
completely fucked. Last year during that Thanksgiving game, the Lions got completely fucked out of the win.
Yes, but this is a different Detroit team.
Exactly, and it's a Detroit team that's going to win outright.
This is a run first Lions team. And we can't fully say that they were a run first team last year. They weren't.
You agreed.
This team wants to lay the law down, and what is the worst run defense in the league? It's the Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys. They're like what, 31st?
Yeah, I think so. Even against the Steelers, they were not very good at stopping the run, and the Steelers can't run the ball very well.
So
yeah, so
Lions?
I got to choose the Lions. Lions just, I'm thinking blowout, but I don't want to say that.
I won't say
and it'd be
blowout,
close.
but I will say they will win without, not without controversy. That's not what I'm trying to say. They're not going to win. They're going to win without question. There we go.
Look, I am a Packers fan, and I
outright.
want the Lions to walk in there and show that they are way better than the Cowboys, because they are. They are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want them to underperform. I want them to show how bad the Cowboys are versus how good the Lions are. And that would put the Cowboys to what? 3-3. That would be fucking amazing. That would be hilarious.
And if
I would accept
win,
the Commanders
5-1.
I was about to say, I would accept a Commanders win and take an L on the Ravens game, simply if I get the Lions pick right, because that would mean the Commanders are 5-1 and the Cowboys are 3-3, and that would make me a little giddy. I'll be a giggly little bitch this entire next week.
All right, Cincinnati versus the Giants. I want to go with the Giants so bad. I want to do it, but I'm not going to. I can't.
I actually think it's not as crazy of a pick as you think, because the Giants have been sneakily competitive. The problem is this is the one team that I don't think they can be competitive with, because the Bengals offense has figured it out and their defense is putrid. Yes, I think the Giants are going to be able to move the ball against them. And everything like that, but Devin Singletary's and possibly no Malik Neighbors. I don't know for sure. I'm not even going to check because I'm going to pick the Bengals.
Well, I'm with you. I'm also going to choose the Bengals.
I'm gonna feel a little bit of regret if the Giants come out and win this.
Yeah, same.
But I can't. It's one of those. It's one of those that you can't. I can't.
Like, you're damned if you choose one, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Because you know better, but at the same time, you want to do it anyways.
Exactly.
All right. And for our last game, this is the Bills at the Jets. Okay, so the Jets just had a major shakeup. We'll get to that in a little bit. But their offense has looked terrible the last couple of weeks.
This is a very hard pick because the Bills have not looked great.
Yeah, they're like
either.
Yeah, about to say Josh Allen got shut down against the Texans, which is a rarity for Josh Allen.
The Texans proved that they were a better football team all around than the Bills right now. But the Bills, Josh Allen's got juice. But the thing is, the Jets' defense is the second best defense in the league right now. They are legit. They are a really good defense, and the Bills have had issues with wide receivers. This was tough. This was really tough.
Well, I'm gonna go with the Bills here. As tempting as it is to go with the Jets, I see what happened. I see what happened with not Derek Carr. I see what happened with the Panthers benching Andy Dalton, but with coach form this week. I could see it totally happening.
Let's see. Let's go to. I will look at the injury report for this for the Jets and because this one's one of the closest picks for me, simply because of these losses by the Bills recently. The Jets. Rodgers has a sprained ankle. Morgan Moses is questionable. C.J. Mosley's questionable. And then what's the other? The Jets and the Bills. Buffalo Bills. I gotta scroll all the way up to B. They might be getting Ed Oliver, Tayron Johnson, and Shakir back. Taylor Rapp questionable. Okay, well, I think they get some of those guys back because they have until Monday. So I'm gonna roll with the Bills. That would suck because my Aaron Rodgers led Jets would be 2-4, but the Jets have given away games that they should have won. So giving them a game that they should lose isn't a good idea either, right?
It is not.
There's a legit chance the Jets start 2-5.
Yeah, that's a sad possibility, but it might happen.
I think it's all but guaranteed they go 3-6 too.
Mm-hmm.
Looking out at their schedule, the Patriots are the only give me game. But yeah, well that means Pick-ems are done.
Yeah, and that means we go right into the news.
Yay!
All right, well, we got to get the biggest story out of the way first, right?
Yeah, well, it's perfect segue into the news because we just talked about them.
Mm-hmm. Jets fire Robert Saleh after a 2-3 start, and Jeff Ulbrich, who was the defensive coordinator, has been named the interim head coach. To give you also some perspective, they gave a little list. Worst record as Jets coach. Robert Saleh's 3.57 winning percentage ranks as the worst in Jets franchise history among coaches with a minimum of 40 games. Worse than Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles wasn't the fucking problem. It's the Jets organization, clearly. Or
and
the fact that they keep...
And at least Todd Bowles had a 10-6 record with the Jets.
And
well, it's
2
1 year,
back-to-back.
and that was with Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Todd Bowles has proven to be at least Mike McCarthy level,
like a mediocre head coach. Like,
and then I think he's past the mediocre level into net average. He has at least given this team life, and they've been decent, right? And they won playoff games with him. And their defense plays well as long as Vita Vea is out there. He's a defensive-minded coach. I think he is a decent average head coach. I don't know if he would be able to move the needle on a team like the Jets, which he got fired off the Jets. But on a team with a bunch of talent, I think he's, like I said, he's Mike McCarthy level. One of those that he could win a Super Bowl with an extremely talented roster. But with a roster that has a bunch of flaws, I don't know if he can win games with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Robert Saleh, him being around makes their defense better. But between him and Nathaniel Hackett, it makes things worse. And I think he is not good for the team because every time, I don't know, in both those wins, he seemed like he was a fan and not a coach, right? Because Rodgers had that good game, and Rodgers had to tell him to calm the fuck down on the sidelines because he was, it's I hate to, I don't want anybody to be fired. I'm glad they fired Saleh. But I don't want him to be fired because, it sucks to lose your job. But I don't know if the person they put in, I don't know.
Well,
it's a weird, conflicting emotions,
I don't have much to say other than that this might spark something. I don't know whether it's going to be good or bad, but it might spark something. All right, next bit of news. Packers suspend Romeo Dobbs 1 game for missing practices. I believe the official report was that I believe the official report was conduct detrimental to the team.
Yeah. He was unhappy with his role in the offense, which I really like Dubs as a wide receiver, but I think he's a little baby bitch boy right now. Like, that's my, you are on one of the most like sharing offenses in the league. And we have some of the most talented young wide receivers that the league has to offer. Like when Dontavian Wicks is our number 3 or 4, which he's our 4 technically, you know you are super freaking talented. Dontavian Wicks is inconsistent. He's either dropping a wide open pass or he's catching a fucking 40-yard bomb. But he's still really good for being super young, right? The thing is Romeo Doubs has to compete with Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, then there's Romeo Doubs and then Dontavian Wicks, and then he's got other people as well. Maybe not wide receivers, but he's got your running backs, your tight ends. Kraft has had a great year so far. I think it's just super lame. Like, this was the game that you could have done something because Watson was out, right? And so I'm under the opinion that I was saying that there should be a player. We should trade one of our wide receivers away at some point and like choose on a top 3 because we're going to have to pay 3 wide receivers, right?
You're going to pay at least 2 of them.
Yeah, we're going to pay at least 2 of them. And I said that Christian Watson should go because he's constantly getting hurt. But I'd rather have a guy that's constantly hurt than a guy who's
not showing up.
Not showing up simply because I don't want to, because I didn't get enough targets. Like, just ship him to the Steelers, man. The Steelers deal with this shit all the time. Let them live with it.
I don't think Mike Tomlin wants another diva wide receiver, though.
No, he doesn't. But but you get what I'm saying. Like, I ain't gonna deal with that shit. Sorry. I don't know what your take is on that kind of thing, but
it's not
Mike Evans and Godwin has never.
Yeah, Mike Evans and Chris
touches.
Godwin had never acted like that, ever. And I'm happy that we got mature adults at wide receiver. And a mature adult at quarterback, too, despite the Browns saying that they wasn't. But
yeah.
All right, next story. Raiders peers evaluating QB1 job, Adams' future status quo. This is just coach jargon for I'm making a switch, and he's not going to play with us anymore.
Yeah, Devontae Adams is done. Like, he's done.
Like, trade him to the Jets. Like, trade him to the Jets so he can complete the circle. Like, we all know this.
He is going to the Bills or the Jets.
Bills, honestly, would be a lot better for Devontae Adams.
It would be a lot.
But at the same time, it'd be it wouldn't be unsurprising if he went to the Jets.
And look, I just was getting on Romeo Doubs, one of my players, for being a diva. Devontae Adams is not a diva. This is a horrible situation to be in.
Like, he got traded to the Raiders to play with Derek Carr, and then Derek Carr ran out of town, basically.
You have no idea how angry, like actually angry, I got the other day because I saw somebody put George Pickens, Stephon Diggs and Devontae Adams in the same coin. Basically, like, you got paid all this money to be a diva and not play for your team. Devontae Adams basically had the same offer, just a little bit less, to stay with the Packers. So he could have taken a $5 million pay cut and stayed with Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers. But the Raiders had Derek Carr. And so the only 2 places he wanted to go were the Packers or the Raiders. He didn't just take a shitload of money to make a shitload of money.
He thought about it. He thought about it.
Yeah, and
if he took what was going to offer the most money, he would have went to the Chiefs.
Yeah, he would. And the thing is Devontae Adams, if he was truly all he cared about was winning and touches and stuff like that, he would be asking to go to the Bills, to the Chiefs, to, tell the Raven. Like, if he cared about winning, he would not be wanting to go to the Saints or the Jets. The Jets are 2-3, and the Saints are the same. Yeah. I rant over. I will not get too much far into it, but he's no Stephon Diggs. He is no Stephon Diggs. The Raiders are in a horrible situation, and I know you picked him this week.
I did pick him this
so
week.
I kind of want your
have
take on it.
I have a feeling about it. If it's Gardner Minshew again, he'll prove himself. If it's AOC, there's potential there. I'm fine with it. All right, next story. The Patriots plan to start QB Drake May against the Texans. The guy I dub as Zach Wilson 2.0 because he's a tall white guy with pretty stats that came from an ACC school. Well, that came from a school with that basically won nothing. Oh, look at this. Yeah. Pretty deep ball. Look at all these passing stats. My brother in Christ. Look at all these QBs that had all the physical intangibles in the league. Anthony Richardson, Will Levis, Zach Wilson, Josh Allen. Josh Allen's the only one of those that worked out. And that's good reason. And there's only one good reason for that, and it's because he had what it took to be coachable and to control his impulses. Those last three, they don't know how to do it. Well, I don't know about Drake May, but I have a feeling he's going to be the exact same thing.
I already said everything I needed to say earlier, so either rewatch my Patriots rant from earlier where I didn't even take a breath, or just go off of what SDS said. I don't necessarily disagree with what you said. I don't think that he's like some major bust, but
I'm always right.
Well, you know what? For that, put a catfish on the screen in the edit. Catfish. Disappointed catfish face right here.
You'll get live.
In fact, put a catfish.
You'll get live catfish reaction, and you'll like it.
Live catfish reaction. Just put it over my face cam for the whole time because I said absolutely nothing. Just put it over my face cam the whole time.
Next bit of news. Patriots Jabril Peppers was charged with strangulation and drug possession. All right. I know I said a while ago that Ohio State players tend to do this.
What the fuck?
This dude's from Michigan. This dude is from Michigan.
I didn't even know strangulation is a charge. Well, isn't that just assault or attempted murder?
New England Patriots safety Jabril Peppers pleaded not guilty Monday after he was arrested Saturday on charges that include strangulation and drug possession. Police announced Peppers' arrest Monday, saying that he responded to a disturbance at a residential address early Saturday morning when a caller indicated there was an altercation between two people. Peppers, who turned 29 on Friday, was charged with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, strangulation, and possession of a Class B substance believed to be cocaine.
Huh.
The woman alleged that Jabril Peppers hit her, choked her at least 6 times, took off her clothing, and put her outside. Police also said Peppers shoved the woman to the ground, shoved her head against a wall, and put his hands on her to strangle her. Peppers answered the door shirtless, nodding his head and telling police, "I know what it is going on," according to documents. He was arrested without incident. The police report also said the officers confiscated a clear bag containing white powder, which later tested positive for cocaine. What is going on with Jabril Peppers? What happened, buddy? What happened?
Dude, what the hell?
I was saying he's been with the Patriots for the past 3 years, so this is not something from his Cleveland days coming back to haunt him.
Man. The video playing for me right now that just started playing is about the Chiefs in the Patriots Jabril Peppers ESPN story.
Wow.
Are the Chiefs the scariest team in the AFC?
Oh, wow. Thanks, ESPN. You're not tone deaf, apparently. Yes, you are.
It should just be a video of Taylor Swift.
Might as well be. All right. Next story.
Oh God.
It just keeps getting worse for the Panthers. Carolina Panthers center Austin Corbett has a season-ending injury.
No.
He had a torn bicep tendon, and he's going in to have it fixed. This is the same injury that his replacement, Brady Christensen, suffered in the 2023 opener. The Panthers will also be without starting right tackle Tyler Morton, whose streak of 104 consecutive games will end Sunday against the Atlanta Falcons. He'll be replaced by Josh Neiman, on a 2-year, $8 million deal. Wide receiver Xavier Leggett and outside linebacker Jaden Cully also suffered shoulder injuries on Sunday. The Panthers are just getting hurt and hurt and hurt.
Why are you choosing? You can repick. You can repick. I'll let you pick. I'll let you pick the Saints. I will let you.
I am not repicking.
If you lose every game this week besides the ones we pick together.
If I lose every single one but Carolina.
Don't complain when they lose.
I'm not going to complain because I'm going to be right and they're going to win.
All right. Let's go on. Actually, real quick before we get to college football and rankings, real quick, 2 seconds, because last week we made a huge deal about it. Baseball. Tigers are legit. The Orioles are not.
Good.
God, fuck you, Orioles. You got fucking... I'd rather you just suck. I'd rather you just suck.
And there's also one more bit of NFL news I want to touch on because shut up. Devin White was released from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey, you guys can get him back.
Egotistical blowhard over here. He's off the team. We don't want him back. He puts up no effort, and him getting cut by the Philadelphia Eagles just said how much effort he put into making the roster.
Unfortunately, he made his money already.
No, he didn't. We never signed him to a second contract.
Well, the first contract, if you make $1 million, you can. I mean, that's. I know this America is not like 10 years ago America, but he was making. What was he, a first or a second round draft pick?
First round draft pick.
First?
First round draft pick. We did not pick up his.
Then he was making $1 million a year.
We did not pick up his 5th round option. Then he signed a $1 million. He signed a $8 million deal.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
He at least made his money. He could retire.
All right. Well, moving on to college football. AP pulls out. And we had a little bit of a shakeup after what happened last week. We'll get into those games later, but holy hell was it a college football weekend.
I will say this is the week I paid the most attention.
All right, well, we got our usual suspects. Texas is back up on here for whatever reason. Ohio State in the propaganda wing, they're up in 2. They play Oregon next week. They play Oregon this week, actually, so 2 and 3 are going to fight it out. Number 4 is Penn State after they scraped by UCLA. Georgia Bulldogs, I feel like they should have gotten a boost in the rankings after Alabama bit it. Number 6, Miami, why are you still here? You bullshitted through your last 2 games. You're still somehow ranked in the top 10.
Yeah, so my biggest problem with these things, like here, 2 and 3, Ohio State is going against the Oregon Ducks. I know you think the Ohio State's kind of fraudulent.
They are. They played nobody good.
Replace them.
And they played nobody good.
Replace them with Penn State.
NIL sellouts.
Right. Replace Oregon with replace Ohio State with Penn State. Say 3 and 4 are going against each other. They're 3 and 4 for a reason. They go against each other. They play a really tough game, and Penn State loses at 4. They'll bump them down to like 12 because they lost one game against a contender.
We'll get to that soon. But because I got a team on here, I got a rant about like getting dropped down as much as they did. But
yeah, it just makes no sense to me. It's like what you're gonna get punished for losing to a good team?
Here's Alabama. They got pushed down to 7 after biting against Vanderbilt last week.
They should be
in like mid-teens.
Yeah, they should be dropped all the way because the thing is Georgia's still at 5 for losing to Alabama.
Yeah.
But Alabama losing to Vanderbilt only puts them 2 below Georgia. It just makes no sense to me.
It does not at all. All right, 8's Tennessee, 9's Ole Miss, 10's Clemson. I'm still surprised they're here. And then we got tied for 11th, Iowa State and Notre Dame. I'm still trying to figure out how Notre Dame is still ranked.
Well, I mean,
I know
they're a
Notre
decent
Dame,
team,
but still.
But why tie them at 11th? Why
I
not
don't
just
know,
put
like, it's
Notre Dame
stupid.
at 12?
It's dumb. Anyways, 13 LSU, 14 BYU. I love Joseph Ratzinger. No, that's not who it is. Fuck. I can't get his name straight. What is it? Jake Retzlaff. There we go. I like Retzlaff. He's doing great. Texas A&M at 15, Utah 16, Boise State 17. They beat Utah State
Boise State
62-30.
Dude, Genty is winning the Heisman.
Who?
He's already Ashton Genty. Their running back.
Oh.
Boise State Broncos. He's the only reason they're 4-1 right now. He's like already locked up the Heisman as long
1,000
as he
yards
stays healthy.
and 15 touchdowns through the team's first 5 games?
Yes.
Holy
yes.
shit.
Yes. I can't even describe. Like,
all right, well, here's the dumb thing. Tied for 18th, we got 3 teams. Kansas State, Indiana, Oklahoma.
And 2 of them were fucking idle.
Yeah. Indiana at least defeated Northwestern.
They're undefeated, too.
Indiana, if they run the table in the Big 12, I'm not even going to be mad. That'll be the most impressive season I've ever seen out of a bottom feeder team. And then Oklahoma,
Missouri.
they're there. But Missouri's 21, Pittsburgh's 22. About time they got ranked. Illinois is 23. Okay, 24 is Michigan. Here's what pisses me off. I feel like the people at the AP poll were just waiting for Michigan to lose. They were waiting for it, and the first chance they get, they fucking tanked them.
Well, they're 4-2 now, so.
Well, I know. Their last loss was against Texas, who is number 1 in the nation now. But I have a feeling they were waiting for Michigan to lose just so they could have an excuse to tank them. Like, I know their passing game is horrendous, but at the same time, at that point they were 4-1 and top 10 in the conference. Whenever Alabama loses against Vanderbilt, they're not dropped down this much.
I definitely would drop.
And they purely go off of just who you lose to, not just, your team's this and that. They just go by what you lose to.
Yeah, and then they go, like, it's this weird thing that sometimes they go off of number of losses, but other times they drop Georgia way down. It's like they lost to Alabama, and especially at the time, Georgia losing to Alabama wasn't crazy, and it was a tightly contested game, so you shouldn't drop them down like any, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Oregon blows out the Ohio State Buckeyes, they should drop to like 8 or 10. But
and that'll make me very, very happy.
If Oregon barely beats Ohio State, or Ohio State barely beats Oregon, like by 3 points or 7 points, something like that, they shouldn't go down below 5th, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like
that game was close. It was close against Michigan and Washington. Washington was unranked, but still, it was very, very close. And they want to get, and they're giving teams like Miami a break, even though their games were like stupid close. We'll get to that in a second because we got to go over some scores, but
yeah.
Anyways,
score time.
Speaking of scores, all right. Well, first off, apologies, Draz. Your Blue Devils are no longer undefeated. You lost by 10 points to Georgia Tech.
Not surprised.
I know.
But it was fun while it lasted.
I like Georgia Tech, to be completely honest with you. I like Haynes King. I like Haynes King. I think he's like one of the better quarterbacks in the ACC. Also, Star Thomas finally got stoppered, so that made me a little bit sad. So, we'll see you guys play next week if you're playing next week. So we'll just go from there whenever we get to the end of this. All right, but for the game of the week, Vanderbilt beat number 1 Alabama. This
And then they dumped
was what
they dumped the
goalpost into the Cumberland River.
Yeah.
This game, Diego Pavia, I really wish you stayed at New Mexico State, but I understand you only had 1 year of eligibility left. So good on you for moving on and doing something this amazing.
He gave us the best victory.
He gave us the best thing that's ever happened in the college football world.
At least for this year, it'll be the best thing that happened.
Yeah, at least for this year. But honestly, Vanderbilt has been needing to break through, and they finally did it. I'm so happy for them.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a picture, a little screeny, real quick.
Uh-oh.
And you're gonna bring it up for you're just gonna bring it up because I think it's fucking hilarious. All right, screenshots taken.
Is it the one of the Vanderbilt fans pointing at the scoreboard to Alabama fans?
No. I'm looking at the stats.
Oh my!
Look
Jesus
at the time
Christ.
of possession. Look at the time of possession for Vanderbilt.
42 minutes of TOP. And actually,
42 minutes to 17.
I think that's a stat here. Hold on, recap. Oh, Alabama's 22.5-point favorites.
They got dominated, bro.
Gamecast. Oh.
I know it's 35-40.
At the start of the game, Alabama had an 88% chance to win. Whenever the first touchdown happened, it was 80%. Then second touchdown happened, 62, and then it just steamrolled from there. But yeah, I see the team stats here. I see the team stats. I could just show it right here on the screen. But
I know I'm not a guy that's like, oh, you should go crazy and go stupid when your team wins.
This is
fucking god,
Vanderbilt. This is needed for Vanderbilt.
I was saying this one, if they don't fucking tear the fucking roof down, bro, like you're only gonna get this so many times. And if you're at the college right now in Vanderbilt,
have yourself a fucking day, man.
Get wasted. Everybody get wasted, dude. Holy shit. Congratulations on giving us a gift.
This was a needed gift. All right. Next game, fuck you, Oklahoma State. Fuck you. They lost to West Virginia by 3 touchdowns. Or no, is that 4? 24 points. That's 3 touchdowns and a field goal.
Yep.
I did not watch the game, but I'm glad I saw this come across while I was doing research for what games I wanted to talk about. I've tried telling people, Oklahoma State, they're not good. They're only good so far because they escaped against Arkansas and beat 2 shitty teams. And I was proven right. Mike Gunday's a clown. Alan Bowman's a fraud. Ollie Gordon magically lost all talent he had last year.
Speaking of frauds, USC in Minnesota.
Fuck you, Lincoln Riley, also. They lost 24-17 against Minnesota. I am happy about this.
Minnesota!
But I'll say USC was never up in this game, I think. Wait, they were. It just Minnesota scored 14 points in the fourth quarter, and then they couldn't do anything. But yeah, USC was ranked 11th, and they got completely dropped out of the rankings. I am completely fine with that.
Yep.
Lincoln
it's just
Riley
an
is a fucking
unacceptable loss.
hack. He's a sellout that chased money, and now he's getting punished for it. All right.
God.
Next game, Miami bullshitted to another win.
They are.
In
the ACC
quarter,
is on life support.
In the third quarter, Cal was up 35 points. Not 35 points. They were up. It was 35-18 in the third quarter. Then Miami rallied back. They played awful. And then
I mean, there's
fourth
something to say
quarter
about
magic.
being tough. Like,
Yeah.
being really
On the flip
tough.
side, you can say they're tough, but at the same time, they should never be in that situation. And they're a freaking top 10 team in the nation.
What the how did they even how did California even do what they did?
This is the second time that Cal
Look at the
got
stats.
This is the second time Cal got screwed. I will say.
Look at the stats, though.
I'm looking at the stats. What am I looking at?
They had 285 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
They had. They also had 2 people with rushing touchdowns. They had a guy, Jaden Ott, that had 7 carries, 2 yards at a touchdown. 1 carry. One carry for 20. What the fuck is this rushing? Stat, like what? How the fuck? They got 73 rushing yards, 297 passing yards.
But still, Cal's got kind of screwed. They lost by 6 points against FSU. Then they got ran on. Then they got a comeback on by freaking Miami. If it wasn't for those two, they'd be 5-0. I kind of feel bad for them at the same time, it's Cal. I don't want to root for Cal.
The only reason I generally like Cal is they gave me my
because
boy.
Aaron Rodgers was from there.
They gave me my boy, my beautiful baby boy. And
last
Missouri Aggies.
Yes, yeah. This is just the last one. Texas A&M beat Missouri by a lot.
Beat the brakes off of
They
them,
beat
dude.
the shit out of them. And their starting quarterback did not throw a single touchdown. They just ran all over them for 236 yards.
What's this time of possession? This has gotta. I wanna.
Time of possession was Texas. It was about even
33,
almost.
it's-
33
wow.
to 26. That's not.
Wow.
But yeah, just an interesting college football weekend. But that's going to have no comparison to what's about to happen here. With all that being done, it is time for me to give you guys certified SDS 4800 predictions. I might be right. I might be wrong. If I am right, I'm saying I'm a genius. If I'm wrong, I can just say I'm shitting around. Are we agreed on? Perfect. All right. New Mexico State will beat Jacksonville State.
That's the one you start with?
Yes. Northwestern will beat Maryland. Army will win by a field goal against UAB. Oklahoma will beat Texas. Akron will beat Western Michigan. Kansas State will beat Colorado. Hawaii will beat Boise State. South Carolina will crush Alabama. Missouri is going to lose to the UMass somehow, some way. Let's see, what else is good here? Yes.
California can beat Pittsburgh.
Penn State's going to crush USC. Stanford is going to beat Notre Dame. Let's see, what else? What else is here? Man.
What about your Oklahoma, Texas?
I said that Oklahoma would win. Are you not listening?
Oh, I had a stroke for a second. My
Well,
brain.
maybe just fix your neck. Oregon will beat Ohio State. LSU will beat Ole Miss. Let's see. Vanderbilt will beat Kentucky. Let's see.
Kentucky.
And
Home of
lastly,
Hofstra.
Syracuse will beat NC State. That is it. That is it for everything today. That is Pick-ems. That is news. That is predictions. And all done within an hour, 30 minutes.
Oh, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Super fast. What's the next game the Tigers play?
Huh? Oh,
Detroit.
we play tomorrow, and it's going to be at Comerica Park for the first time in 10 years.
Yeah, baseball has been awesome. by the way. Just
it has been. I
bring
just
that
wish
up.
that Kansas City and Cleveland weren't involved.
Don't bring that up because it would have been a perfect playoffs if the Orioles were up against the Yankees right now. It would have been perfect, quite literally perfect. But no, I can't have nice things because I'm an Orioles fan.
Well, anyways, guys, that is it for episode 11 for Battle for the Bay. If you like this, subscribe if you want to. Click the bell to get notification when I upload. Like the video, leave a comment down below. And that is pretty much all that needs to be said. Draz's Twitch will be in the description as per usual. And we will see you guys next week in episode 12. We'll see you guys then. See ya.
Bye-bye.